All right, let's talk some more about the mental approach. This is the second version of the mental approach. We're going to talk a little bit more about counts, situational hitting, hitting with 2 strikes, and really having a plan. But guys, the mental part is huge in our game. Yes, you have to have some physical attributes, you have to have a good swing, but the mental side is really what separates the men from the boys, and it's going to take you to the next level. So I'm here by the plate right now. The very first thing I wanted to touch on is I'm not in the box yet, okay? And this simulates a real game situation. It's my at bat, it's my turn to hit, and you need to be, when you step in the box, however you do it, whatever routine you have with your batting gloves or, wiping the box clean, that type of deal, whenever you get the sign and you're ready to hit, you need to step in the box and only step in when you're 100% ready to go. Sometimes it's happened to all of us. You step in the box and, all of a sudden 3 pitches later, you strike out or pop up or whatever, and you're walking back to the dugout and you're thinking, man, I really just wasn't ready to hit that at bat. It happens to everyone, even professional hitters. But it's really important, whatever you like to do. I know I like to get into the box and I like to wipe it clean, that type of thing, step out, get the sign, take a deep breath. But when I step in the box, most of the time I try and be 100% committed and ready to go. So don't step in the box until you're ready. If your mind's not mentally there, even if you step in the box and you're not ready to go, call time, step out, regather your thoughts, think about your plan, think about what you have to do, and then only step in when you're ready to go. So now I'm in the box, okay? The very first thing is, I think in order to play at a high level, any hitter has to be able to hit the fastball, okay? Period. You have to be a good fastball hitter to play at a high level, to be a great hitter. So I think until you get 2 strikes, especially at the lower levels of the game, I think you should be sitting on the fastball and kind of lay off anything else. I think you always have to be fastball ready, okay? Number one, the fastball is the easiest pitch to hit, right? For the most part, a 4-seam fastball is flat. It's coming at a downward angle. It's easy to recognize. It's not moving a ton, and it's at a consistent speed that you've been timing. So it's probably the easiest pitch to hit. That's number one. But number two, if you're fastball ready up there, it's much easier to be fastball ready. If he throws you a changeup or a breaking ball, to kind of keep your hands back and adjust, and you might be off balance, but it's easier to be fastball ready and adjust to the breaking ball than it is to be thinking about, okay, he's going to throw me a curveball here, and then you have 2 strikes on you and he juices up a fastball and you just try and fight it off. The only time that you shouldn't necessarily be sitting on a fastball is when you've been paying attention to the game, or let's say you're first at bat up, he throws you a first pitch fastball and you crush a home run. Well, chances are your next at bat you're not going to see a fastball, right? Because you just absolutely crushed the last pitch and it was a fastball. So they're going to try and get you out a different way. So that's where the mindset starts to kick in. You have to start thinking, how did he get me out last time? If he got me out on a fastball, he's probably going to throw that again until I can prove that I can hit it. So always be thinking about, how did he get me out my last at bat? Or if you got a base hit, what pitch did you hit? Because chances are he's probably going to be switching that up. But always be fastball ready. My next point is, you have to have a plan in the box. You should never step in the box and have nothing going through your mind and have no clue of what you're trying to do, what your goal is, what you're trying to execute. Don't just step in the box thinking, yep, I'm going to try and get a hit here. That's not the way that great hitters think. Now, I'm not telling you to be brain heavy and think in the box. Most of your thinking should be, in the dugout or outside of the box. And when you step in the box, you should just be ready to go, ready to compete, right? But let's say, there's a runner on first base and you're thinking, this might be a good hit and run situation. Okay, and you look down at the third base coach, sure enough, he gives you the hit and run sign, okay? So then you got to be thinking, all right, hit and run. I'm swinging no matter where the pitch is. I have to put the ball in play. I have to protect this base runner here. I'm going to try and see the ball for as long as I can, let it get deep, and I'm going to hit a hard ground ball to that right side. Oh, and I'm going to choke up just a little bit. All right, here we go. I have a mental plan. In that at bat, I have a mental plan. So that pitch is coming. I know exactly what I'm doing. I already choked up a little bit on my bat. I know I'm going to let the ball travel. I know what my bat path is going to look like. I'm going to let the ball get deep into the zone, and I'm going to hit a ground ball. I'm going to stay on top of it, hit a ground ball through that right side. So that's a great plan right there. Now, you might not always have some sort of play where it has to be, execution. You might not have a hit and run. There might be nobody on base and 2 outs. In that situation, though, you still have to be thinking, okay, what pitch is he going to throw me here? Or every single time the count changes, it's like a card game. the game completely changes, okay? This is literally chess, guys. If you just swung and missed at a fastball and it's 0-1, you know, that completely changes from a fresh count. Or if it's 2 strikes, that completely changes. Or 2-0, 3-0, the pitcher can't find the zone. That changes your approach. So just realize that every situation is changing, and you always have to have a plan at the dish. Now let's talk about counts, okay? First of all, I think that there's no such thing as a non-aggressive count. You have a weapon in your hands. This is a weapon. We want to be attacking the baseball. It's the pitcher's problem. It's not our problem. He's the one with the problem. That's the mindset that you have to have. So 0-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, whenever you have count leverage, whenever you as a hitter are ahead of the pitcher in the count, I think those have to be very, very aggressive swings. You shouldn't be hitting the ball foul to the opposite side. Anything that you hit foul should be straight back, you just missed it, or should be to the pull side. But we should never be getting beat on a pitch when we have count leverage, okay? But in those counts, I love to sit fastball, guys, because that's majority of the time, especially at the younger levels, that's what's coming out of the hand. So just be ready to go. Don't get too big, too out of yourself, but take a very aggressive swing. Now with 1 strike, it's a little bit, it's still very aggressive, but it's a little bit less aggressive. You might not be trying to hit the ball over the fence or anything like that. You might just be trying to hit something really hard, gap to gap. And then with 2 strikes, it's still aggressive in my opinion, and it might be even more aggressive than with no strikes as far as the strike zone, because with no strikes, or when you have count leverage, you're looking for 1 pitch, 1 spot. Okay, I hit the inside pitch well, low and inside, so I'm looking for 1 pitch, 1 spot. With 2 strikes, you're kind of at the pitcher's mercy. You have to be ready to protect the entire strike zone. So with 2 strikes, what I like to do, some guys like to choke up a little bit on the bat, but I like to really think about with 2 strikes being a little bit more handsy. I'm not really, trying to use my body a ton, use my lower body a ton in that situation. I kind of spread my feet a little wider, widen out, choke up, use my hands a little bit more, and you just really got to battle and you got to protect. You still got to be fastball ready, because he might try and throw some breaking stuff and get you to swing at something in the dirt, but he might throw you a fastball. And if he throws you a fastball, you have to be ready to jump on that. So 2 strike hitting, guys, you have to be ready to battle with any pitch that he throws you in any spot, and don't leave it up to the umpire, okay? Never go down looking, never strike out looking. Any borderline pitch, if you can touch it with your bat, then I recommend you take a swing at it, at least foul it off. But if you can touch it with your bat, if it's way on the outside corner and you can touch it with your bat, foul it off. Never leave the decision up to the guy behind you, behind the dish. That's just no way to hit. So this is a little bit about, more about the mental approach to hitting. Just realize you always have to be thinking about the situation and what's going on. That being said, though, you got to avoid being brain heavy. And there's those guys that throw hard. There's lefties. There's guys who throw junk and side armors, that type of thing. The only thing I'm gonna really say about that is, lefties and guys that throw a little bit slower, they're not going to beat you with their fastball. They're going to try and get you out with little breaking stuff. They're going to try and nibble around the corners. So, you might make a box adjustment, scoot a little bit closer to try and take away some of that break. But in that situation, a lefty, a guy that's a soft tosser, or a guy that just throws a lot of breaking stuff to try and get you out, really just let the ball travel, try and hit the ball a little bit deeper and hit it down the first base line, and really, really try and recognize and pick up spin the best that you can. And a guy, the other type of pitcher is a guy that just throws absolute gas. And the only way to really do that is to start everything early. Sometimes it's definitely better to be earlier than late. So start everything early, be fastball ready. And the majority of the time, hitters miss underneath on guys who throw the ball hard with a lot of velocity. Their bat goes underneath when they miss. So a mindset shift might be to think about maybe hitting the ball a little bit higher up on the ball. I'm not telling you to hit the top of the ball, but maybe hit a little bit higher just as a mindset, and then you're going to square up that baseball. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, what I want you to do is leave me a thumbs up below and get in the comments section. Let me know what you want me to make future videos about. We're coming out with new videos every single week, so it's great to hear from you guys. Let me know what you want to see next, all right? And if you're not already, like I mentioned, subscribe and I actually have a free bat speed workout for you, okay? All you have to do is click on the very first link in the description below this video. It's gonna work on your mobile phone, your tablet, your iPad, your computer, whatever, but click on that very first link in the description, okay? ultimatebaseballtraining.com, and go grab my free bat speed workout. It's a step-by-step workout. It's guaranteed to take your bat speed to that next level, okay? So again, first link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can click here to subscribe right now, and I will see you next time.